Why do some people create wealth out of nothing while others stay stuck in the same place for years? The answer isn't money, connections, or luck. It's mindset. And today I'll show you how to think like the rich. Part 1, poor versus rich thinking. Imagine two people with the same job and the same salary. One complains every day about not having enough. The other uses every spare minute to learn a new skill or start a side hustle. 10 years later, one is still stuck and the other is financially free. What changed? Their mindset. Part 2, scarcity versus abundance. Scarcity says, I can't afford it. Abundance asks, how can I afford it? One closes the door, the other opens possibilities. Every invention, every business, every success story came from someone who believed in abundance, that there is always a way to create more. Part 3, problem versus solution focus. The world is full of problems, that's true, but here's the secret. The richer you become, the more problems you solve for others. Uber solved the problem of transport, Amazon solved the problem of convenience. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the reward you receive. Part 4, time versus money. Poor thinking says, I'll just work more hours. But there's a limit to your hours. Rich thinking says, how can I earn while I sleep? That's why they invest in businesses, real estate, stocks, or even digital products. They build systems, not just shifts. Part 5, growth mindset. Here's a question. When was the last time you invested in your mind? Books, courses, mentors. These are not expenses, they're multipliers. Every new skill adds a new stream of income. Every new lesson adds new value to your life, and value is what the world pays for. Part 6, fear versus courage. Most people stay broke because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of looking stupid, fear of losing money. But wealthy people feel fear too. They just move anyway. They know that every failure is a lesson, and every lesson brings them closer to success. Part 7, comfort versus risk. Poor thinking says, stay safe, don't risk it. Rich thinking says, calculated risks bring growth. No one got rich staying in their comfort zone. They took steps into the unknown, sometimes small, sometimes big, but always forward. Conclusion. So the truth is, wealth is not just in your bank account, it starts in your mind. When you think like a victim, you stay broke. When you think like a creator, you build wealth. When you think like there's always a way, you find one, and that's why I'll say it again. You can get rich if you think like this.